Hello, everybody. We are back. We are back. And then remember, this is TBR Solutions. TBR stands for the Big R Solutions. So the big R are all those positive R words like reading, research, responsibility, review, and relationship. You name them. All those positive English words that start with the letter R. So that is our mantra as the big R. Now we are talking about the two-port system, okay, which I want to discuss with you. I just want to share something with you quickly so that you know what we are talking about. Let's get started. Now, I'm sure you can see that there in the slide that I've shared, we still say the big R's because TBR and the big R is one and the same thing. Our slogan is forging ahead financially. Now, in terms of the two-port system, firstly, I need to do a disclaimer. Remember, I'm just giving you education, all right? So if you still want to get clarity or you want assurance, you can approach your financial advisor, you can approach your accountant and verify, okay? Or you can also do what we call one of our mantra, which is research. You can do your own research and ask questions. Very, very important that you do that, okay? Now the two-port system will kick in on the 1st of September this year, 2024. And then, so there are those people who will be able to benefit because they've been in the system for too long. And there are those people who have not been in the system for too long. They might not benefit much. Remember the two-port system, you can only get the 10% of what you have in your kitty, but not exceeding 30,000, all right? So let's say you have about 300,000 in your pension, and then 30,000 will be seeded to your savings. And that money is meant for you to address your emergencies. But let's try to explain a little bit further. Let's say you are making a contribution of 3,000 a month to your pension. Then this is how they are going to split it. They will take 1,000 to the savings pot, 2,000 to your retirement pot. All right. So now, let's say you have about extra money, you have 5 million. Because you have 5 million, only 30,000 will be seeded to your savings pot. And then that's the money you can access. Now you decide that, no, I'm not going to take money. And then remember, you're contributing 1,000 to the savings pot. The 2,000 goes to the retirement or annuity or the pension. So what's going to happen, let's say come 2025, by June, you have about 40,000 in your savings pot. Now the question comes, will you be allowed to get that 40,000, or you're going to be allowed to get only 30,000? Remember, the principle is clear. You can get only 30%, not exceeding 10%, provided you have an amount of 2,000 rand in your savings pot. So all the time you have to have 2,000 rand in your savings pot. So that's very important. You need to bear that in mind. Now the question is, will you get 30,000 or you get 40,000, the one that you have? You get the 40,000 because that's the money that you have. Remember why this thing was created? It was created to assist those people when they have emergencies. How do they solve their emergencies? So you can have access. The government was assisting you that instead of going to mashonisas, where they are not controlled in terms of the interest rate and so on, go to your savings pot, get the money, and address your emergencies. But guess what? People are tempted to go and every year, all right? And remember, the more you take, the more it has a tax implication. Remember, you'll be taxed when you withdraw. That's one thing that you need to understand. All the time when you withdraw, you'll be taxed. So I'll explain it so that you understand. Now, let's say you've got about 1 million into your savings pot. You have about 3 million in terms of your retirement pot. And then 2024, you decide to take 30,000. And then once you take 30,000, as it starts now, in the first of 2024, the money that will be left will be about 270,000. Then you decide that after that, I'm not going to take the money anymore. So when you go to retirement, so what they are going to do, 30,000 will be put there. Now the 270 in terms of taxation will be treated as if this law was not effective. Okay, so 270 will be treated according to the old law. Then the remaining money will be treated according to the new law. All right. So those are the tax implications. So there are many ways of dealing with it. Sometimes people say, yes, I can see that I've shown the end. But let me clarify further. People might say, no, I want to take more. There are those people who will be tempted to take as much as they can to address whatever emergencies that they have. As I said earlier on, that the more you take, the more tax will apply. And how does it apply? Let's give an argument, say, you take 30,000 in 2024, 2025, another 30,000, continuous for the next 10 years, you would have collected almost how much? 300,000. When you take 30,000 times 10, is 300,000. And remember, each and every person is entitled to 550,000 tax-free, all right? All of us, all right, once in a while, once in your lifetime. So let's say now you have taken about 300,000 now. So when they apply tax, because now you are retiring, so they are going to say, you have already taken 300,000. So they're going to say, minus 300,000, the money that is left is 270. So you enjoy the benefit of 200 or 250,000. So you need to bear that in mind. So this is just to explain the implication of taxation, all right? Because it's easy for people to say, I want to take more. And let me tell you, the other way of increasing your income is by saving. And saving, don't understand saving from one perspective. Let's say, don't understand saving from a perspective of saying, putting the money in the bank and let it make money for you. No, you also save by doing what? By cutting the cost, all right? So if you cut the cost, you are savings. So if you want to learn more about those issues, just drop us a WhatsApp, as I've shown the WhatsApp here. And then our WhatsApp number is 060 936 7560. 060 936 7560, or our office number 011 391 3226. And those are our social media platform where you can reach us. I thank you.